Welcome all of you to my BEVERAGES Academy, School of Arts and Science, Copenhagen. On behalf of Copenhagen Employees Association, serving my village at Karnataka. Well, BEVERAGES Academy, a School of Arts and Science, a mission with a vision. I am here, inviting you, my dear students, every day, please follow up your studies with the following disciplines. Fresh up early in the morning, attend school if it is opened. Good morning, say good morning to our senior citizens of teachers and students. Well, due to COVID, I am unable to tell much about COVID. It's a well-known fact that be careful about your health and try to use the masks as far as possible and keep a social distance and try to use your sanitizations and all. Be careful and attend your studies. Well, the microscopic studies in the science lesson we have discussed with this one and the great scientist, and this is Teasdale and Robert Hooke with his microscope, and these are the microscopic way starting from the old microscope to the present microscope, and he's von Leeuwenhoek, and let us know about the world of microbes. Is very important. The great scientists have contributed to the world of microbes, and this history of science. My dear friends, the Robert Hooke born July, and the existence of microscopic organisms was discovered during the period of 1665-83 by two fellows of the Royal Society, Robert Hooke and Anthony van Leeuwenhoek, in micrography. And this is important. These are the very important structures who this Anthony van Leeuwenhoek observed, all the structures of the living organisms. So microscopic living organisms, yes, observed. And Paramecium, amoeba, euglena are the single-celled unicellular organisms. And again, I would like to divert your attention towards what is the difference between prokaryotic and eukaryotic cells. In 1665, Robert Hooke discovered a cell. Some cells have membrane-bound organelles and some do not have, depending upon the internal structure of the cell. Two types of the cells are found in the living organisms, eukaryotic and prokaryotic. In the 1830s, there were two scientists who were colleagues of, that is, Skidden, looking at plant cells, and Scavan, looking first at animal cells, provided the first clearly stated definition of the cell. The definition stated that all living organisms, all living creatures, both simple and complex, are made out of one or more cells and the cells. This is the eukaryotic cell, and this is the prokaryotic cell. Eukaryotic cell is made up of the nucleolus, mitochondria, nucleus, and endoplasmic reticulum, and the ribosomes. And here prokaryotic is nucleolide, then capsule, flagellum, for the moment cell wall, cell membrane, and ribosomes. My dear friends, this is Matthias Skeden. All plants are made up of cells, he told. And Theodore Scavan, all animals are made up of cells. That means this gentleman is particular about the plant kingdom, and this gentleman particular about the animal kingdom. And another person, another scientist, the great scientist by Rudolf Virchow, all cells came from pre-existing cells only. He told about he is telling about the genetic origin, you see. See, all cells came from the pre-existing cells. If the pre-existing cells are there, means then only you will find the cells. Whether it is the plant kingdom or the animal kingdom. That is the cell theory says. Coming to the so many chemical reactions are taking place, particularly fermented beverages, distilleries. Let's divert your attention towards the another field of science, which is alcohol industry. Microbes, especially yeasts, have been used from the time immemorial for the production of beverages like wine, beer, whisky, brandy, or rum. Oh, my dear friends, this is also the climate condition is also very cold. We are having a very hot discussion of the hot chapter of the alcohol industry. Well, purpose of the same yeast. So this is a calcium used for bread making and commonly called brewer's yeast is used in the fermenting malted cereals and fruit juices to produce ethanol. Do you recollect the metabolic reactions which result in the production of ethanol by yeast? Is also microorganisms. Depending upon the type of the raw material used for fermentation and the type of processing with or without distillation, different types of alcoholic drinks are obtained. Wine and beer are produced without distillation. So these are the very important things, microbic reactions. And the other important is, that alcohol that you can drink called ethyl alcohol or ethanol is produced by fermenting carbohydrates such as sugars or non-sugars. That starch fermentation is an aerobic process used by yeast to convert sugars into energy. C12H32O11 anhydration gives 2 molecules of glucose in the presence of inertase, and the glucose is undergoes in the presence of ceramides gives alcohol and liberation of carbon dioxide. Fermented product is wine, can be used and it is distilled to concentrate on purity, purify the alcohol. Example, vodka, tequila. Where does alcohol come from? Just about the plant matter can be used to produce alcohol. Here are the source materials for several popular alcoholic beverages. Let us name one by one, so that let us intoxicate by naming at least by the L. Fermented from malt, the hops. Beer, brewed with a fermented from malted grain and the barley flavored with the hops. Bourbon, whiskey, distilled from a mash of the not less than 15% can and aged in new charred oak of the barrels for at least 2 years. Brandy, a well-known product alcoholic drink or drinks distilled from wine or fermented fruit juice. Cognac, that is a kind of brandy distilled from the white wine from the Pacific region of France. Gin, distilled or redistilled neutral grain spirits from a variety of sources and flavored with the jumper berries. Gin. Rum, oh my dear, rum, people are taking very good rums today, distilled from a sugarcane product such as molasses or the sugarcane juice. Sack, produced by a brewing process using rice. Scotch, whisky distilled in Scotland typically from malted barley. Tequila, a Mexican liquor distilled from blue agave. Vodka, distilled from the mash of potatoes or rice or the wheat. Whiskey, very good drinks, especially distilled from mash of grain of the rye, corn, or the barley. Wine, fermented juice of fresh grapes, etc. So these are the important beverages, alcohol industry, which is popular in the world.